Hi there, I'm Margarita Clarke, CEO of Jump Rides, a family-focused rideshare. And here we talk all about rideshare business. Welcome to the MVC show. Hey guys, welcome again. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the definition of a rideshare company or a rideshare business. Now, most of us already know the big two top companies, and there's no need to say their names, but we all know who they are. They're the ones that started the rideshare industry and got us familiar with what it is. Now, what's most important is I'm going to tell you the difference between a rideshare company, a transportation company, and a transportation broker. Those are the three types of, I would say, lines when you're talking about transportation that actually commerce with each other to do business. So, first of all, by definition, a rideshare company is a company that uses technology, so that would be a website or a mobile app, to connect a transportation provider, which would be a driver, with a passenger. That would be the person that wants to get the transportation. So in other words, the rideshare is the middleman, but instead of calling up like we used to do, calling up, let's say, a taxi company and saying, hey, can you give me a ride from A to B? And they send out a driver, everything is done electronically. And most importantly, it's only pre-scheduled rides. That's what makes it different, okay? That's another big way that it makes it different, but that's a very, very big difference between a rideshare company and a taxi company. Because yes, nowadays you can book a taxi ride on an app. Everybody has apps, but only a taxi can do what's called street hailing or ride hailing, which means, you know how, I don't know if you're in New York City, in one of the major cities where you can just put your hand out, and if you see a taxi coming by, they will stop and pick you up. You're not allowed to do that with any kind of ride share company vehicles. They only do pre-arranged rides. Now, what's the difference between a rideshare company and a transportation provider? So we're talking about limo companies, NEMT, which is non-emergency medical transportation companies, student ride, school bus companies, or even just transportation companies where the owner owns their vehicles and just contracts with parents or schools or districts and picks up transportation and picks up students and takes them to school. There's also just all around town. I'm a local transportation provider. I have my own vehicle and I can use it to come and pick you up and you pay me for the service. So as you saw there, the big difference is a transportation provider provides the transportation service. A rideshare company does not own vehicles. They don't provide the transportation, they provide the communication only. That's the major difference. So a lot of transportation companies out there, they say, oh yeah, I do rideshare. So what they may do is have a contract with a rideshare company so that they can be linked with passengers after the rideshare company communicates with the driver or the transportation provider and the passenger and says, hey, we need somebody that needs a ride. Or, hey, there is a driver available in your area, all electronically. So that's just the communication link. So that's what a transportation provider is. Okay, now the next line is a transportation broker. So a broker is an organization that gets major contracts, let's say government contracts, or in our line of business, we usually use the word procurement contracts. So that could be a contract with the state, with the city, with the county, or even, a national contract. So for example, a lot of people may know that their health insurance will pay for transportation for you to get to and from your doctor's appointments, okay? that would be considered non-emergency medical transportation. On the flip side, when you call 911 and say, hey, I need an ambulance comes, that is usually provided through a government contract or even a contract with that hospital for emergency transportation or ambulatory transportation. So there's a lot of different lines. So getting back to the broker, usually a broker will get those big contracts, say, hey, we have this business here. If you follow our regulations and if we can negotiate on a price, we'll give you the business. Okay? So their passenger, different from a rideshare company where they're communicating directly with the passenger and the driver, the broker says, here is this agreement. So now whoever books through their insurance company and says, I need a ride, they go down through our communication links, whether they have a call center, if they have an app, if the doctor is supposed to book the transportation for the passenger or the patient on the website, however it is, that's all done systematically. Okay? And that's what a broker does. And then the broker says, hey, transportation providers, we have this contract, come work on the contract. We'll pay you XYZ. We agree on it. And boom, then we start doing business. Okay, so there are lots of ways to make money in transportation, but a rideshare company is something totally different, and that's what we're going to be focusing on in this channel. All right, I hope that information was helpful. I'm going to be having a lot of different series and a lot of different talks, interviews, things like that. So if you are interested in building your own rideshare company, or you just want to know a little bit more, maybe you're a transportation provider looking to make a switch, or vice versa, you just want to understand what's going on here in the rideshare space, because it really is taking over. Stay tuned. Make sure you click the bell so you get the notifications and follow this page. Have a great day.